Hello, Steve White, Tripboy89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, a few weeks ago, it doesn't seem that long, there was a report of a problem with the Star Trek Picard Season 3, I think the final episode. Basically, there was a picture, an image of the Enterprise at the start of I think the last episode, that there were two versions. Now, I'm pretty sure I saw the better version. There's one version where there's a blue nebula in the background and the Enterprise comes in on an angle and turns a little bit and then flies out of the shot, and you get that classic sort of side profile view where you get to see right up close to the side of the ship, but it sort of changes the angles. Now, it's a really nice cinematic shot, and for some reason they changed it for a shot of just a plain old shot of the Enterprise coming towards, just black stars in the background coming towards the camera, and it looked very much like a reused shot from Star Trek Remastered, Next Generation Remastered. I'm not sure if it was an original shot or if it was one of those, but it wasn't very impressive. I'm like, why on earth would they do that? Why would they go from something dynamic and new to something that looks like it's recycled from something that's like from 5-10 years ago? Apparently what happened was they finished the episode with that shot, and then when they found out they were going to IMAX and it was going to get a screening, I think it screened in IMAX, it screened somewhere in America and I didn't get to see it. I think it was limited, a couple of days or one-off, I can't remember, but it did screen in cinemas, and they did that shot for that version, and then I think they included that in the European Paramount Plus episode. So the one I saw did have that shot, but the ones people saw in America had the original shot, is what I think how it rolled out. And Paramount sort of at first said, no, that was meant to be like that. And I'm like, BS, no, sorry, no, I call BS on that. That's a new shot that was added in, and I don't know why the original was kept out, and if it was just a placeholder, they didn't have that shot finished and they put it in later. I don't know what that was, and it probably was a bit of that. They probably wanted to do a more dynamic shot, didn't have the time, and then when they found out they were going to get that second release, they threw it in there as a little extra thing because they had time to finish, is what I think happened. But yeah, they have announced they are actually pushing back the release of the standard release of Picard Season 3 and also the Captain's collection. There's like a collection of like all 3 seasons of Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Next Generation and all the movies. It's a big red box. I think it's called the Picard Legacy Collection. And that one, I think they've all been pushed back about 3 weeks. So from October 17 to November 7th for the Picard Legacy Collection. I thought that was both. The domestic release date, okay, I'm not sure it's... Okay, I think they've both been pushed back. Maybe they've both been pushed back to the same date. They only mentioned one date, but there's 2 different releases. Maybe they've done that like that. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm glad I didn't buy it, but I don't know if it's actually physically gone out to people yet, because, you know, it's September, the release date was October. They're talking about pushing it back and getting the disc, so I'm guessing maybe they did print some, but they certainly hadn't sent them out to anyone, so they were able to, you know, catch that. So it looks like we get, I mean, they probably should be smart and do a branching version of that episode so you can see the original version with that shot if you're in America, or the original version with the other shot for people in Europe or people who saw the IMAX screening. It wouldn't be that hard. I'm guessing that's what they'll do. They won't just change it over. They'll just add it in so you can branch it, and it'll probably be easier. I don't know, because I don't, offer a lot of digital, content or Blu-rays or anything like that. So yeah, glad they admitted that it was a mistake, because they acted like, no, we changed it deliberately. That was always meant to be done like that. And I'm like, no. So they basically had an opportunity to do a better shot, but they didn't, weren't consistent with actually putting it on there and following through with it. But I'm glad they're doing that, because they didn't do the same with Star Trek 2. Star Trek 2 had 2 audio faults. They caught the first one, admitted it, and people sent the disc back. Then they found another one, and then they just denied it. Said, no, that was a creative decision. We decided to remove that audio. I'm like, bull, you just can't afford to do a second, recall on that disc. So people just get stuck with this otherwise great Blu-ray that has one line of dialogue missing over a new inserted shot, which makes no sense without the audio, because it was a joke. and that's the only reason why it's in there now. It's just this shot that just stands out as this shot wasn't there before, and it's there for no reason because the audio's gone. But yeah, glad they're doing this. Glad I will get the other version, because I'm going to buy Picard season 3. I might even buy the box set with all 3 seasons just so I have them for some of the other shots and references and stuff like that without actually really contributing too many sales to, you know, Picard. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.